What's up, everybody? I'm the Manadork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is another standard 8 rare deck for you. And today it's kind of 3 decks. Because I figure the mono black discard deck works alright. The Nurturing Pixie Fae Blade deck works alright. And the enchantment based Optimistic Scavenger decks work alright. Let's smash all 3 of them together. So for creatures, 4 Nurturing Pixie, 4 Optimistic Scavenger, 3 Deep-Cavern Bat, 3 Thought-Stalker Warlock, and 2 copies of Victor Valgavoth Seneschal, who is 1, a white, and a black for a 3/3 legendary creature human warlock. And he's got an Eerie trigger, much like the Scavenger, that triggers whenever we fully unlock a room or when an enchantment enters under our control. And what he'll do is surveil 2, if it's the first time that's happened this turn. Second time we get him to trigger in a turn, opponent's going to discard a card. If we can get it to the third time, he's going to let us put a creature card from either player's graveyard onto the battlefield under our control. But mostly he's there to for the discard. I don't think we're ever going to get to the return a creature, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Speaking of discard, I don't know, were we speaking of it? We are now. 4 Hopeless Nightmare, 4 Ruthless Negotiation, 4 Bandit's Talent. Then we've got a little removal, 2 Ossification, 2 Go for the Throat, 4 Nowhere to Run. 8 Plains, 10 Swamp, 4 Concealed Courtyard, and 2 Valgavoth's Lair, both to be a mana fixing land and to be an enchantment to trigger all of our Eerie's. And that's the deck. Alright, I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and subscribe, and I'll see you over there. Alright, we like this one. See if the Scavenger lives for a minute. Discard and +1/+1 counter. So evidently some sort of multicolor. Beanstalks, of course. Talent, or the same talent again. Scavenger's up to 3. Message for a white source. Continue to run interference on their hand, although Beanstalk makes it a little difficult. So, they got rid of a Get Lost. My question is, do we worry about temporary lockdown? I don't think so. Alright, we're invading. I'm gonna go find a couple lands. Bat. Take that portal. In for 6. Pass it back. That'll do it. There we go. There's white mana. Flush Portico. No play for us. I think we can hold off on dealing with their guy. Let's look into their hand. Double sheltered, alright. So we are actually going to take... Well, that's not what I meant to take, but we'll take that. Just trying to get the entryway, because everything else doesn't... Nowhere to run overrides everything else. For 3. Let's drop that nowhere to run. The hexproof doesn't matter. This time we take the entryway. That wraps it up. They misread. Well, we definitely have to send that one back. That's a bit better. Not great, but acceptable. Set the layer to white so we can drop our scavenger. Start the ruthlessness. Mountain, alright. I had a mountain in hand. Get some card gone. Some card, we don't care which one. I mean, we probably care, but at this point it's just a numbers. How many in hand rather than what is in hand. They get rid of a draw spell. Can't be mad at that. They're thinking on something. Who knows what? Try for the Warlock. So it's not a counter. Inferno, okay, but no counters in hand. At least I would assume, otherwise they would have more than likely countered the Warlock. Pixie, grab you back, and put you back out. What do we get rid of this time? Overlord. Alright, and they give up. We like this start. Scavenger into talent. Pixie the talent. And a removal spell for whatever they throw out. And they got a mulligan. Our guy. Not my favorite thing, but we'll live with it. Talent. Get rid of a pyroclasm. So let's see if there's another pyroclasm hiding. Nope, they just counter that. Talent goes back to my hand. Make the lounge, so they're going to get mana on occasion. And for 2. Talent. Got him at 1 card in hand. Beginning the end step, they draw a card. That is certainly not good for us. Lounge mana, extra cards. They got all the resources. And an explosion. But they're just going to keep cards off of it. Not going to deal with our Pixie. And for 2. Talent's going to do too much for us. We don't have any way to deal with enchantments. So they're just going to keep drawing and keep their hand size above where we want it. So this is not looking too good for us. Stun counter on our guy. Draw an extra card. Make a scavenger. No point in pumping up the talents at this point. So basically we have to hope that they draw not so well. Torch our scavenger. He's out of here entirely. Last work's going to deal 4 to our Pixie. I get a 7/7 Spirit. We've got answers for that. We just need not those things right now. Need something better than those. Out of here. You get one thing out of your hand. But this is going to be an uphill battle. Unlock the room that deals a point to us every turn. Unlock the room that makes a guy. I think we're going to call it at this point. They have asserted dominance. Not an amazing hand, but acceptable. Keep the 7. And discard doesn't really want to be playing against something that's going to be reanimating. But they don't have any good reanimation targets as of yet. Get rid of that guy and see who they have. They have the might, and they're figuring out who they want to blow up. Victor. Extra color. They're Abzan. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I want to do either. We want to attack first. Then Warlock, so that we can pick which card goes. Lawbringer, I think. And they want nothing else to do with us. Alright, we can try this. Light green. And keep on top. Start with a Nightmare. What's that? Fear of missing out. Alright, so we're Delirium. Or they're Delirium. We're feeding that. Beastie. I think we continue to work on the hand. And Beastie is now active. They have their Delirium.
No more distractions.
We sacrifice a creature.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Alright, so pick this back up. Another cut down. Everybody discards a card.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Get Liliana off the board.
A delay, nothing more.
Go ahead and get our damage in. Or I guess our loss of life. They got their worm online. See if we can draw something to deal with the worm. That does not. Gets us a little damage. Unless they draw another Liliana.
Nobody knows, Dominar. I'm tired of your secrets.
And we'll give it to them. I mean, we could have possibly drawn some, or scried into something off the nightmare, but we like this one. Nightmare into bat into other nightmare. Seems like a good start. Get a Carclusan Forest out of their hand. Get that bat. Overlord. Do not attack quite yet because Elspeth Smite. Pick this back up. Run it back. No attacks. They give up. We were annoying. Ooh. Double Pixie, nothing to use it with. I'm not fond of that one. This seems a little better. We put back. Go for the throat. We already have a removal of a different stripe, but a removal nonetheless. They got a cut down. See what else they got. Take another cut down. No cut downs for you. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to ward. Get in for one. Clean out that hand a little bit. Leaving them with a land, a Jasper, and a Warlock. Almost played my Warlock too early. Swing for one, and then we can make sure to take their Jasper. Because we do not want them having access to extra cards. They are thinking. Wide Lash. Come over for two. Come for one in the air. Drop our Scavenger. What we really need now is another enchantment, so that we can Scavenger a counter onto the Deep-Cavern. Gecko for them. And another Warlock. No discard, but we do get our counter and we nail him for 2 life. triggers. They're going to come in for 6. We do not want. This will certainly help some things. Pick this up. And we are going to get rid of a Vine Lasher. Put an extra counter there. We'll get rid of the Vine Lasher so that we can start attacking. Otherwise, they can just double block the Warlock. And we're okay with trading off the Scavenger there. Bat for no card. They're in for 6. No, is that right? Is that right? No, we just attacked with everything. And they go to 1. And that does it. And that's the deck. What did I think? Ran fairly well. We wound up with a 10-6 record. We had a few clunky hands, but I think that's just from me trying to do too much with this deck. Maybe putting 3 into 1 is a little bit too much of an ask out of a pile of 60 cards. Victor barely came up, so I don't know what to comment on him. We didn't get much of a chance to use him. So his value in the deck remains to be seen, but I'm optimistic. So if you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.